prizes.
Oh. Oh, I see. That would be Persephone.
Everything's already pointing to Persephone.
You weren't expecting that?
I wasn't aware Persephone and Calliope were friendly. Certainly not friendly enough for Persephone to give Calliope an apartment. The good news is that Persephone is easy to find. I can take you to her if you like.
Isn't Kore the name of... Yeah, Kore is one of the names of Persephone. They mention it in Hades even.
Whatever happened to, I can't help you, Grace. I'll just make it worse, Grace.
I admit, you've got me curious.
What's
Wait,
that?
We're all done now.
Thank you for your help, Oracle. Please, do try to get out from behind your screens at least once today. Perhaps go for a walk.
Yeah, sure, will do. Leave a tip on your way out.
I like this Oracle. The nightclub is called Underworld.
Welcome to the Underworld.
Wow. How have I never heard of this place?
There's Pan.
Persephone keeps it a secret, while still managing to draw a crowd every night. Don't
Is
ask me
that
how.
Ares?
Here in the Underworld, idols can be
That's
themselves, even if they don't look human.
Do you come here often?
Oh, no. Persephone and I aren't friends.
Is she friends with anyone?
Not many, no. Except Calliope, apparently.
I doubt
If
it.
we're to find Persephone in all this, we'll need to split up. Have you considered what you'll say to her?
You don't think I could just ask her about it?
Not if she doesn't want to talk to you. She may need a nudge. You need to be prepared to use your powers, as you did with me. Come find me in the crown if you need anything. Otherwise, be careful, Grace.
Dr. Polly, talk to Eros, talk to Hermes, talk to Pan. Let's talk to Eros. We haven't met Eros yet. That's who that is. He should work alongside Aphrodite, right?
Hey, you're the new muse, aren't you?
I guess I am, yeah.
Aphrodite mentioned it. Didn't figure I'd see you here.
He does work with Aphrodite.
Oh, excuse the manners. Name's Eros, god of sex.
Wait, did you say that you're the god of sex?
Desire, really. Sensuality. Attraction. Why? We're expecting a chubby little flying baby with a bow and arrow.
Cupid.
I wasn't...
I actually preferred Cupid, but Pan had to be the trickster. Spread all those stupid stories.
I'm sorry.
Why? It's not your fault. Just another grudge I get to
He
carry
preferred the
around
name
forever.
Cupid. But now he doesn't because of the image.
The god of sex at a club. Looking for someone?
Once I might have, sure. Now I'm just here to see it happen.
See what happened?
Look out there. See all these people. The hope, the anticipation, the connections, they bounce off each other. To me, it's like lightning.
There are worse ways to spend a night out.
I used to make it happen, you know. Mortals once begged me to make it happen, to inspire true love. But now I only inspire sex. Not the same thing.
Not the same thing.
It's just as well. People should find true love the hard way. They'll value it more.
That's certainly a perspective.
You know Aphrodite, right? I only met her the once.
Sure, she's my mother. You know how it is.
How would I know? New here, remember?
Oh, right. Yeah, sorry. I wasn't thinking. But you hear a lot of idols talk about each other like that. You know, mother, brother, sister, grandfather. None of us are actually related. We just played a family for so many centuries. It may as well be true.
So they're not actually related. Where did they come from, I wonder?
So Aphrodite is your mother, but not really.
That's right. A long time ago, she took care of me when I needed taking care of. The mortals, they just assumed. These days, well, it's not like that anymore. We're not as invulnerable as we used to be. Least of all, Aphrodite.
She's more vulnerable?
You seem a little distracted. Was everything okay?
Of course it is. Sure. Not obvious, huh? Truth is, I don't come here that often. It was hard to get away. I just want... Nope, never mind.
I'm willing to listen if you need to talk.
I appreciate that. Maybe some other time.
Here's the thing. I'm looking for Persephone, but I can't find her anywhere.
Well, I know where she is, but I question whether she'd be happy to see you.
She would not.
Look, I like you, but Mother told me what happened at the chorus. I don't want to cause trouble with Persephone.
I get it.
What if I could guarantee that there wouldn't be a problem?
Aha. How could you guarantee that?
First, I'd reassure you that I'm here to work things out with Persephone. I don't want to fight. Second, if that didn't pan out, I'd tell her I lied to you.
Making me the idiot who fell for it.
Oh, I don't know. I can be tricksy.
Okay. Fine. When you're ready to see her, you let me know, and I'll take you. Deal?
Deal.
Sweet. Alright, let's talk to... I don't want to talk to Apollo yet. We just talked to him before we got here.
Whoa, you're here. I mean, you gotta be somewhere, but you're here.
Hello, Hermes.
Sorry about running off on you back at the thing. Didn't really have a choice, but sorry anyway.
You're not much like the other idols, are you?
No? I haven't been an idol very long. Maybe like a year? I've lost track.
Really?
So, I'm not the one to ask about the idol stuff. It's all cool, but mostly I do whatever Athena asks. Athena says, one day I'll sit on the chorus. That'll be sick. Can you imagine me in charge?
Why not? Maybe you can shake some dust off the other idols.
Yeah, I don't know. That's a lot of dust.
It is a lot of dust.
You're right about that.
I don't think Athena would let me clean anything anyway. She won't even let me touch her spear.
When Calliope died, you were right there. Within moments. How did you know?
I told you. I got word, so I came.
But how did you get word?
Look, when an idol dies, I have to be there. So I just know. It's a Hermes thing.
I knew I recognized that voice. I went and looked up the voice actors.
To take the body, clean up the blood, that sort of thing?
Oh, that too, yeah. But that's on Athena's orders.
To keep the idols secret?
Sure. Can you imagine the questions? I don't know how we hide so well as it is.
Good point.
You've only been an idol for a year? How did that happen?
Probably same way it did with you.
Oh, the old Hermes died in your arms and then they accused you of his murder?
No. Well, yes. I mean, no, not like that. But yeah. I was there when he died. We were friends and I was having trouble at home and he helped me out. I miss him.
Can I ask how he died?
He didn't want to be here anymore.
He was just done?
You mean...
I'd rather not talk about it. I'm him now. It's all good.
Dang.
This is probably a stupid question, but do you know who might have killed Calliope?
Ugh, why would I know anything about that?
When you came to the apartment, it seemed like you knew her.
Oh no, I only met her once. She didn't live with the rest of the idols or hang out with us very much. She seemed nice though. Angry, maybe. But I don't know who'd want to hurt her.
Yeah.
It sounds as if she didn't much like the idols.
It was more like how you can't stand your family sometimes, even if you still love them.
That fits.
I'll see you around.
If you die, then for sure. But, don't die.
Thanks. We'll try not to. Where's Noki when I need him to also tell me not to die?
As I live and breathe, if it isn't our dear muse.
Hi, Pam.
Tell me, have you decided to leave your troubles behind and join us in the land of shadows and revelry?
Revelry, that's his main thing.
I should thank you for the address. It's what led me here.
No need to thank me. You'll owe me. Remember, how you managed to stir the sun god from his oh so tiresome gloom, I cannot imagine. Nicely done.
He seems pretty observant.
Did you know Apollo would be at that apartment?
However would I know something like that?
See, you play innocent, but I just don't believe you.
Me either.
Flatterer.
I'm guessing it's a total coincidence that I'm running into you here.
It must be. The alternative would be that I knew a great many things ahead of time.
Well, did you?
Do I look like an oracle? I am here to listen to thrilling music and meet delicious people. My tastes are simple.
Uh-huh.
Speaking of simple tastes, my glass is empty again. The service here is appalling.
The things you say, the things you don't say. You don't make yourself seem trustworthy. You know that?
Trust is for the weak and the penniless.
I'm not
Still
with that.
not helping.
Why, Grace, are you assuming that I, Pan, am some sort of scoundrel?
Yes. We could flirt.
Hoping,
He would like that.
maybe.
You don't say.
At least you're not boring.
Grace, I knew there was a reason I liked you.
I assume you're a regular at this club?
And why would you assume that, dear Grace?
You're sort of the god of
The
this kind of thing.
horns, you. Do you know Persephone well?
There is no knowing Persephone well. She won't have it. Not anymore.
Not anymore?
Long ago, we were all very different. Over the span of ages, however, even mountains erode.
Good point.
I should get going. I'm sure I'll see you soon.
One can only hope.
Let's see if Apollo has anything to say.
I thought this would be easier, but it's as if Persephone left instructions to thwart me. Every staff member I approach screams and runs off.
Screams?
I hope your search has been more successful.
You don't come here often, I'm guessing?
Never. I'm sure Persephone only sent the membership as a formality. I doubt she thought I'd ever use it.
Probably.
Don't you ever have fun? No drinking or dancing in Apollo land?
He probably did it too much before.
Once. When I had the muses to keep me company.
I'm a muse now. I can keep you company.
Nothing would make me happier. But you do have a predicament to solve first.
It might help if I knew more about Persephone.
It couldn't hurt. What would you like to know, exactly?
What's
My
her
Greek
story?
mythology is a little rusty, but isn't Persephone the one who was kidnapped?
Oh, you know about that. What else do you know?
Just that Persephone was a sweet girl, and Hades, lord of the underworld, swept her off to the land of the dead.
Without so much as a by your leave, yes. Her mother, Demeter, was so enraged she blanketed the world in ice, rendering it barren and infertile. Zeus was forced to act. He decreed that Persephone would be shared between Demeter and Hades, and thus the matter was resolved. Well,
Which
you
sucks for
asked.
Persephone.
That's her story, as the mortals tell it.
So tell me, how much of Persephone's legend is true?
Well, let's see. Hades did kidnap Persephone. That certainly did happen. The idols almost went to war over it until Zeus intervened and ordered Hades and Persephone to wed. That
Ordered them to wed?
quieted things. At least until Persephone killed Hades.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Wait, so Hades just kidnapped her, and that was okay? Does this stuff happen a lot with the idols?
Not since the days of the Titans, which I barely remember. It was the first time one idol had killed another.
Dang.
I'd like to say we handled it well, that Zeus and the idols were mindful of what Persephone had been through, but that would be a lie. Persephone was punished for the murder, the underworld taken from her, and we all stood by and let it happen. She has
Yikes.
never forgiven us. And honestly, I can't blame her.
That's why even if she didn't kill Calliope, she didn't want any new idols.
If I were her, I'd be mad at you all too.
Then you understand why things are difficult between us.
I thought she was just mad at me, but everyone seems afraid of Persephone.
Noticed that, did you? Persephone's angry with everyone, and has been for a very long time. I've told you why.
She's just angry.
But it's more than that. She does not let go of a grudge. 1,000 years could pass, and Persephone will remember what you did like it was yesterday.
Wait, Persephone killed another idol.
Oh, long time ago, yeah.
What about all of Athena's rules? Wouldn't Persephone have been, I don't know,
Executed? The murder of Hades is probably why we now have that rule. Back then, we heard Persephone had usurped Hades' throne, but we couldn't believe it. It just wasn't done. Now, of course, I look back and think we should have seen it coming. Oh, the benefit of hindsight.
Absolutely.
why didn't you see it coming? You're the god of prophecy.
We've
When
been
I
over
look-
this.
I learned long ago not to.
So what happened to Persephone after...
I wouldn't want to look either.
The murder? She survived, like the rest of us. She got older, and when we came to the New World, I think she would have left us if it was allowed. It isn't, so instead she did as she pleased. She started a cult, became a crime boss.
A crime boss.
Oh, what?
It was after her last transition, but honestly, I have no insight into anything Persephone does these days.
I found someone who will bring me to Persephone.
Finally, I'll be right behind you.
You're coming with me? But I thought...
She seems even angrier with you than she is with me. I might be able to mediate.
We'll see, I guess.
We'll see. She does look like a crime boss right now.
If you're angry with anyone, Persephone, be angry with me. It was I who...
I will deal with you later. I was willing to leave you be, Grace, to wait until your guilt was certain. And yet here you are, in my domain, uninvited. Why? Are you here to beg for mercy? Are you here to challenge me? Should I be afraid?
I'm not trying to start a fight. Far from it. I came here hoping you could help me.
Help you? Perhaps you could help me instead. I'd like to understand a few things. Do you really expect us to believe that Calliope chose you? What's the real story? Did you stumble across her as she lay dying and desperate? Are you an accident? Did you learn what she was? Did you torture her, hold her at the point of death until she
Sheesh.
agreed to hand over her eidolon?
Persephone, this isn't...
You have every reason to try to prove your innocence, Grace. But I have no reason to help you.
You knew Calliope.
We all knew Calliope.
She was staying at your apartment.
You knew her. Better than I or anyone else suspected.
Are you implying that I had something to do with her death?
Prove you didn't. That's how idols work, isn't it?
She got up on stage.
You hear that? You're in my house, little muse. You want answers? Fight for them.
We're gonna have a song fight?
A lost little girl. You shouldn't have come here. And I sure ain't in the mood to make new friends. Go home, little girl. The shadows drawing near. And you all alone, we both know how this ends. Let's see how far she bends. We all know how this ends.
Play to the audience.
Hope everyone's having a great night. I guess I'm this evening's sacrifice. I'll see what I can do. You deserve a good show. Big hand for your usual MC. She's planned a brutal takedown just for me. Hopefully I'll last a couple rounds. You deserve a good show. I won't let you down. My,
Clever.
We caught a butterfly, such a delicate thing. What a find. I hope she doesn't mind when we pull off her wings. Maybe you don't know who I am. Maybe you don't know who I am.
Why would I come here to start a brawl? I'm just running out of time, that's all. If it's just lost and small, why are you keeping your guard up?
Oh man, you stole that from Pan. What a real renegade. No you, no point of view. Kid, people have paid. We have seen a whole lot of bands. I know what a song secondhand. Maybe you don't know who I am.
It wouldn't let me choose the one on the left.
Since she's heard everything before, and she can't be excited anymore. But maybe there's 1,000 brand new songs been right in front of her all along. Let me hear you. On the left now. Come on. How long since you heard something new? Or is that piece of you dead and buried in this cemetery? You ate a bad seed.
It's hard to tell if I'm ever making like good or bad choices here, which is kind of a good thing.
Rotten too long, blossomed all wrong.
Change shape. In time, you'll see we all rot away into who we will be. Your youth wasn't stolen like it was from me.
Let me help
I don't need help from any of you. I was alone when you know who kidnapped and crushed all my dreams till amuse. I just want Calliope back.
Okay, show's over 1,000 times. It's nearly dawn.
The single note should take you down now.
Work lights on.
Without even trying, and you didn't mind.
1,000 times. Finish your beer.
One note and suddenly you're
Have to go home, but you can't stay here.
You're the song and you're being sung.
Lullaby the muse.
I wonder how the blue choice would have gone there.
Wish I could hear it. Again.
Well, the other gods seem to approve. I hope I did something right.
No. No, you've earned your answers.
Yes.
Calliope came to me years ago. She'd grown tired of arguing with the idols, tired of being branded a troublemaker. She couldn't watch the idols wither away without a fight. I knew how she felt, so I gave her the apartment.
You gave her that beautiful place? That's generous of you.
I had it to give.
Generosity isn't exactly what you're known for, Persephone.
I felt sorry for her, Apollo. Not that it makes any difference. It's been at least 2 years since we spoke.
Wow.
After I heard the news, I went to the apartment and turned it upside down. I had to know the truth.
She's the one who turned it upside down.
I didn't find anything. Nothing to say what she had been involved with, or gotten into, or who she might have been fighting with.
That means one of two things. Either whatever happened to her was sudden, or it was secret.
I suppose you're right.
Calliope was never one to keep secrets. When she was doing something, everyone knew about it.
None of you were talking to her. Who would she tell?
You're clever. Maybe there's a chance Calliope chose you after all.
If it wasn't Grace, that means someone else was behind Calliope's death. Someone who could keep their involvement hidden.
Yeah.
One of us.
An idol, yeah.
Does it have to be an idol? You thought I killed Calliope. Couldn't it have been some other mortal?
Despite how he might look, it's not a simple matter to kill an idol.
It was difficult enough to believe you had done it. If another mortal killed her, they somehow escaped detection. We found nothing, no evidence of a battle.
You looked?
Of course we looked. What do you think was happening while you waited? If Calliope was attacked elsewhere, even magic revealed no trace of it.
Wait. Did you say magic?
You can battle me through a song in a world of your own creation, and yet magic is beyond belief?
Well, sure. I just thought...
We have our powers just as you have yours.
I can grow a field of corn like nobody's business.
Some would say our powers are also magic, but true magic is a different and older power. Hecate's domain.
And it was of no use here.
We shouldn't rule it out. We haven't tried everything yet.
Did Calliope have any enemies? The way you talk about her, she must have.
People like Athena.
What? What am I missing?
The super rule followers.
Calliope had a way of making people angry. She could be argumentative.
Yes, but enough to make enemies who wanted her dead?
Not that you
That's a
or
stretch.
I know of, apparently, but that doesn't mean they didn't exist.
Yeah, there has to be at least one.
What about Athena? She seemed awfully insistent on declaring me guilty, don't you think?
Athena? No, Athena follows the rules.
Well,
Does she?
Athena has one goal and one goal only: to protect the idols. And that included Calliope.
But what if she protected the
She'll
idols
eventually drive
from
us all
Calliope?
mad with her vigilance, but break her own rules? I don't see it.
What about Pan? He showed up at my place out of nowhere, right after I left the chorus.
He did what?
I have to wonder what his angle is.
He has one, that's for certain. Though I've never thought of him as a killer. It would be too messy.
Still, we should consider the idea. For him to show up so quickly is odd.
Couldn't we go to Athena with this? If you've changed your minds and you're both part of the chorus.
Athena would be sympathetic, but the die has been cast.
She won't go back on the edict, not without clear evidence.
Oh, now
Of
you
course.
want evidence.
She acted on the information she had. If we want to sway her, we need something better.
Better like what?
For all I know, either one of you could have done it and you're just playing along.
Apollo is capable of many things, but lying? He was never any good at it.
Whereas we know how capable you are of murder.
Okay, this
The
isn't...
one and only god I killed deserved it.
Right. Sorry I brought it up. I don't know what I'm supposed to do. You know the idols. Don't you have any ideas?
I told you I wouldn't be of much help, Grace.
Did you now? That's unsurprising. When are you ever of help to anyone but yourself?
Says the woman who forced Grace to challenge her rather than answer a simple question.
That's true.
Calliope died, Apollo. Calliope, who came with us all the way from the old world.
You think I don't know that? Are you forgetting what the muses meant to me?
Stop it! Stop fighting! Is this what the idols are like? You just what? Live forever and never get over anything?
You tell him.
Super. Becoming a god was such a gift. Wow.
Oh, powers again?
Calliope, I'm listening now. Tell us what and you were doomed to.
Calliope, blinded by fire, one match did you strike that consumed
How could you blame her? What could she have done to earn such a fate? You are blinded.
God of the sun hides from his own eyes. What would you know about fate?
You say that you knew her, she was family to us, yet you don't hesitate to accuse her. Oh, queen without a throne, go bitter with fury, not everyone seeks to betray you.
Stop this. There is something missing we're blinded to.
Yes, there
I like how each color of option has like a different mood it changes the music to.
Apollo, your help is not needed here.
And I think each character has their own
Abandon another
like instrumentation as well.
Could you throw that gauntlet at me? Could your heart shrivel any further?
You abandoned me to a
The terrible
terrible
fate.
fate.
You replay your injuries
It's
till
far
it's
too
too
late.
late.
You know how far I bent before I
Trapped.
snapped.
This is
is
not
not
about
about
you. Enough! This helps no one.
There he is, God of the sun. Apollo, for my sake, take a deep breath.
I'm glad I waited to choose that one because I got to see his reaction before choosing.
These old wounds, they distract and blind you. You can't see yourselves.
He doesn't know what's important.
And you do?
Follow him or stay.
God, that's a difficult choice to make. I think I need to learn more
Now
from
that
her.
Apollo isn't sucking all the oxygen out of the room, perhaps we can get somewhere.
Was all that really necessary? His reaction wasn't great, but you did provoke him.
It wasn't my finest moment, but you saw how he transformed. Apollo likes to pretend he's not the man he used to be, but behind that sad facade lurks exactly the lout I remember. I'll admit the problem you present is a sticky one. If an idol is behind Calliope's death, they're clever. I need time to formulate a plan.
What kind of plan?
You've decided to help me then? I wasn't sure you would.
I've already admitted that Calliope might actually have chosen you. Don't push your luck.
Oh, I didn't mean...
You have fight in you. You've taken quickly to the Muse's powers. It's possible that she saw the potential. So yes, I'll help you. If, however, this has all been a desperate deception... Well, let's hope it doesn't come to that.
I like this better than fighting with you. Way better.
Helping you rather than wanting you dead, you mean?
You seem like a woman who gets what she wants.
These days, yes.
Then I'd really rather have you on my side.
Wise choice.
I have to ask, is Athena really not an option? She wouldn't see what you see? At all?
She might. Athena's no fool. She sees everything in terms of risk. Anything with the slightest chance of being a danger to the idols will not be tolerated.
Maybe whoever's behind this knows that, and is counting on it.
I
To
bet
what
they do.
end? To ensure the death of a hapless mortal girl?
To ensure that whoever became the next muse won't survive.
That there will be no more muses.
I can't imagine why anyone would want to eradicate the power of the last muse. Still, it's worth considering.
What should I do while you're formulating? I don't like sitting on my hands.
Yeah, I've noticed. If you wish to keep busy, burn down the city, start a revolution, become a terror the likes of which mortals only dream.
Really?
No, Grace. Go home. Be patient. When you see me next, I'll have a better idea of what to do.
All right, I think we're making some sort of progress. Act 2, day 2? Or Act 2 is day 2?
Hey, Freddy. Have you been waiting up this whole time?
Yeah? A goat man sends you off into the night. Your life is on the line. And I'm gonna, what, sleep? What if you were taken prisoner, kept in a cave by a cyclops, or I don't know, turned into a tree? I was worried sick.
You were worried about me? Aw.
Well, you're my best friend in the whole world, Grace. Plus, you know, what would the band do?
Right.
Yeah, the band.
Where are Kaz and Brian anyway?
I told them you were fine, which isn't a lie, because technically you are. Now tell me everything that happened. Huh. Persephone runs a club called the Underworld. That's a little on the nose.
Well, she misses the real Underworld.
Saying that to her face.
And you ended up staying with her instead of Apollo? I don't know, Grace. She sounds a little volatile.
She has her reasons. I just hope I don't end up on her bad side again.
You'll figure your way out of it. You're still you.
I am still me. That's true.
So what are your options? You need to go back to Persephone at some point?
I could go back to Apollo's as well. Make sure he's not sore about what happened.
Oh, and, there's this. Pan left a card, says, "Come by Olympus." I doubt he means the mountain in Greece.
Absolutely not.
Huh. I wonder what he wants.
Probably to cash in his precious favor.
Already.
Still not a fan?
You know how some people just set your teeth on edge? That's Pan. I can't help it. But it doesn't matter. I said I'd help, and that's what I'll do. You can count on me, Grace.
Thanks, Freddy.
The Muse?
Oh, the embodiment of inspiration. Can you believe it?
Yeah, kinda.
Talk to Persephone or go see what Pan wants. I guess I'll go talk to Pan. There's that tree.
I'd say hello, Grace, but I'm afraid that look on your face might be catching.
What is this place?
It's a garden, darling. Surely even mortals have them.
This building. All those people I pass getting up here. Are they all idols?
Oh, at least some of them. Welcome to Olympus, dear Grace. Our home hidden away in plain sight. Marvelous, isn't it?
I've passed this part of the city 100 times. I've never seen this building. Was it always here? Or...
Our Lady Hecate provides glamours that allow certain things to go unseen, such as my glorious horns. Olympus is the same. Those invited see it. Those who aren't see exactly what they expect. It's not anywhere as grand as in the old country, but it serves its purpose.
I don't know, Pan. Olympus seems pretty grand to me.
Grand by our
As
standards,
if
for sure.
mortals would know any better. This isn't the first time you've been here. I'm sure Hermes took you to Athena's dreary office.
Mm-hmm.
That's here? Huh.
Good one, that Hermes. Almost as dull-witted as the original, but biddable.
Almost.
How many idols are there? I've met, what, less than 12?
Oh, I don't know, 20, 30. Our numbers have dwindled so much I've stopped keeping track.
I didn't know there were that many gods.
We're not all equally legendary, it's true. Some idols were barely worshipped, others not at all. Indeed, not all of us are idols. Some are merely immortal. Hangers-on, if you will. You'll meet them all, given time.
Merely immortal.
Idols live here? I mean, Calliope didn't, obviously. Apollo doesn't either.
One must have special dispensation from Our Lady of Wisdom, Athena, before they can take up a private dung heap like Apollo's.
Am I gonna have to give him my apartment?
That's rather putting the cart before the horse, darling. First, you must outlive the weak.
Great point.
Right. Good point. You asked me to meet you here?
I did. Though I feared you might decline, considering your rather callous rejection earlier. Regardless, my pride is intact, as is the favor you owe me, which I now wish to collect.
Just a day later.
Oh, sure. I'm totally in a position to help others right now. Lay it on me.
Here's the thing. A friend has begged for my help, and you're far better suited than I to offer what he requires. I'll give you a key to reach the reliquary where he resides. You help him, and then we're even.
I'm concerned.
If that's not enough incentive, the reliquary is also where you'll find the lovely Hecate. A sorceress of her power could aid your quest.
We do need to go find her.
What do you say?
This person I'm to help. What does he want? And why can't you do it?
Well, Grace, there are some things you're better equipped to handle than I. This, as I understand it, is a delicate matter of the heart. One that requires a muse's hand.
A matter of the heart.
And why did they ask
What, did you
Pan
think I
then?
was sending you to rough someone up? Set something aflame? Don't be absurd. The man has an issue with his love life.
Love life.
Even if you can't help him, I'll treat the effort as worth the favor.
And this is an idol?
This Hecate. Do you think she could help me?
If she's of a mind. She is the goddess of dark magic, the creator of all our marvelous glamours. If anyone can help you, it is she.
And if she's not of a mind?
Then she won't help you. Grace, that part is up to you. I can't be expected to do everything, can I?
So that's it? fix up someone's love life? Nothing trickier than that?
Oh, the way you talk, Grace. It makes me blush.
Well, it's just that...
I trade in willing favors, Grace. If I didn't, no one would want to do as I ask, and then where would I be? I may seem untrustworthy, but allow me to reassure you. If I wish you harm, you will walk into that harm knowingly and with open arms.
That's both reassuring and not. This is going to be cutting.
What about Calliope? Did she walk into harm knowingly and with open arms?
You tell me. I could deny it, of course, but if you choose not to believe anything I say, what's the point of asking the question?
What is this reliquary? Doesn't that have something to do with the bones of saints or something?
Not those relics. Our relics. The relics of ancient gods. Magical treasures collected over thousands of years. Books, mainly. We store them in a faraway place so no one unsavory can get their hands on them.
Unsavory like you?
Wow, that was rude.
Unsavory like most. Athena has decreed that these relics are not to be used by any save Hecate and herself.
Stingy.
A rather dull waste of so much amassed knowledge and power, but who am I to judge? I'm not leader of the chorus.
So what happened to Zeus, I wonder? How did Athena become in charge?
If these relics are off limits, does that mean they're dangerous?
Some, but I'm not asking you to chase after any of that nonsense. In fact, I'd advise against it.
But what if one of those relics could help me?
My, such an adventurer you are. It's possible, but ask Hecate first. She, and I mean this with complete and uncharacteristic seriousness, is not an idol you or anyone wishes to cross.
I'll think about it.
That's good to know.
But no promises.
Marvelous. The gentleman you seek is named Asterion.
Asterion.
Lovely fellow, quite harmless. I'll send a package to
The
your
Minotaur.
domicile that contains directions and the key you'll need to reach the reliquary.
I said no promises.
Or somebody else.
Well, if
Seem
you
more like the
decide
vampire.
to go, Grace, you'll still
Asterius
need
is the
all
vamp.
those
Is the
things. Say hello to darling Hecate on my behalf.
Minotaur
will
that I
you?
know. Probably the Minotaur. I can't talk to Apollo? I'm going to talk to Apollo. Yeah, it is an option. It's just not what she's telling me I can do.
Grace,
Yeah, told you she'd be back.
what are you doing here? When you stayed with Persephone, I thought that... Well, I didn't expect to see you again.
I thought I'd check in on you. The way you left, well, it was quite the scene.
Ah, yes, that. I want to apologize for my outburst. Being around my family brings out the worst in me, I'm afraid. It's why I avoid them whenever possible, and why I should have resisted getting dragged into all this.
What do you mean, all this? Saving my life? Helping find your friend's murderer?
When we met, I said I would just make things worse. And I was right.
You haven't. Even if you had, isn't now the time to fix it?
Goodbye, Grace. I hope you find what you're looking for.
Damn. Let's go to the reliquary. It's a magic door in a storage container?
When I opened that shipping container, I was expecting, I don't know, rats. Yeah. Instead we have... Where the hell are we?
It's hard to say.
Weren't we going
Transylvania?
to some kind of library?
That's how Pan described it. He said it was a, what's the word? A reliquary?
The reliquary tower, I
That is where
suppose.
relics are kept, like magic items, like when we played D&D.
They played D&D?
This is nothing like D&D.
Well, I don't know about you, Grace, but if a dragon came flying out of that mist, I would not be the least bit surprised.
That's fair.
You are such a nerd.
Speaking of, how much do you actually know about Hecate and this idol you're supposed to help?
The idol we're here to help is named Asterion.
And you know who that is, right?
No. Should I?
The Minotaur.
That's
Yes, the Minotaur.
Minotaur's real name.
Good.
You know,
I was right
big
the first
bullhead,
time.
Horns, lives in a giant labyrinth.
They just called him
You did not
Asterius
mention
in
that.
Why am I not surprised?
Hades, probably because both names are like correct.
This Minotaur. You don't think he might be dangerous, do you?
Well, traditionally he eats people, but he was also supposed to have been slain by the hero Theseus.
True.
Well, not so slain after all. Pan says he has a problem with his love life.
Maybe he needs to stop eating all his girlfriends?
Maybe he never ate anybody in the first place.
Okay, I knew that sounded wrong the moment I said it.
Do you know
Especially
anything about
considering
this
he's part cow,
Hecate?
part human.
It's not a name that rings bells.
Neither of those are
Let's
necessarily
see.
like
Well,
people
she was the
eaters.
goddess of witchcraft, the really dark kind. Oh. But she's never really portrayed as evil. She was more of an outsider, lived alone, off in her little corner of the underworld. Do you think that's where we could be? Oh, that is so cool. Oh, I bet knowledge is important to her. It could be an angle if you talk to her.
It is.
I'm so glad I brought you, Freddy. I wouldn't know the first thing about any of this.
Nah. Well, I hope it's actually helpful to tell you these things.
Why wouldn't it be?
Because
That last one definitely would come in handy.
I would have never pegged Apollo for a surfer dude with confidence issues.
Good point.
Yeah, good point. We should go inside instead of standing out here in the fog.
It's more of a mist, really.
A mist potentially full of monsters.
In we go, then. Are you really planning on doing
I wonder
that
where this really
favor
is.
for Pan?
If I can, sure. Why not?
Because Pan, that's why not? I thought you were on that. Okay. I hope you're right. Let's go meddle in someone's love life. What could go wrong?
What could possibly go wrong? Nothing. Nothing could possibly go wrong. She's huge. She's a titan. So,
I guess the Titan thing is literal, huh?
Mortals within the reliquary. Who permits this intrusion, this sacrilege? This knowledge is not meant for the likes of you. I shall grind you into the dust from whence you came.
But I'm not mortal! Wow, does that sound weird coming out of my mouth?
You, perhaps, but the one with you? Mortals cannot learn of the knowledge kept here. Not ever!
Freddy's not just any mortal. She's special. And she already knows about the idols.
We have been revealed. We are undone!
she's so dramatic.
No, not undone. I swear, I can go if you want. I will. I'm not gonna tell a soul. It's enough that I even got to see this place. It is so amazing. It's like the Great Library of Alexandria, which, you know, was destroyed, and one of the greatest tragedies of human history.
There we go. That worked.
I have created this sanctuary at great cost. Knowledge is fragile and must be respected.
Maybe we should start over. My name's Grace. It's a pleasure to meet you.
No, you cannot be Grace.
Sure am.
Then Calliope is dead. Is that now? I thought that was not for another 11 months yet.
She knew?
Wait, what? You knew Calliope was going to die?
No, I am not informed of this for another 11 months and 3 days.
Or I could just tell you now?
That cannot be. It is written. Yes,
Or was
it's
it not?
right here. Calliope joins Grace's band. They become friends. Months later, there is an automobile accident and...
An accident? That's not what happened.
Nope.
Are you saying the books are wrong?
In this case.
Guess I'm not the only one with a problem.
But this cannot be.
The sooner you accept that someone, somehow, screwed up your magic books, the sooner we can get on to figuring out what happened.
Uh-oh.
You will explain. We will both sit, and you will explain. There will be tea.
Tea. That'll be nice.
Curious. It is clear something unanticipated has occurred, something outside the realm of fate.
Is that even possible?
It is, but I must follow the threads back to their source to find the origin of the deviation. It may take years of research.
And we only have a week.
Years? I don't have years.
That is unfortunate. If there is nothing else, I must ask you both to leave so I may begin at once.
Actually, I came here to speak to Asterion. If, he is here.
A visitor for Asterion? How strange.
Are we doing guests? Is that a thing? I didn't know.
Wow.
His voice is familiar.
Freddy was right.
As if there was any doubt.
My old friend, this is Grace. She is our muse from the line of Calliope, and it is she who asked for you.
Hi there. Can we talk? Somewhere in private?
Talk? What, you and me? Why? What about?
You know, about a delicate matter that maybe you needed help with?
Oh, no. No, no idea what you're talking about. No delegates here.
No
There you
delicate
have
here.
it, Grace. I believe now is the time when you leave.
But there must be some mistake.
There is no mistake. Not this time.
Not
Are you
this
sure
time.
about that? Because I'm not going.
Woohoo.
It is written.
Did you hear that? Pan sends me all this way and Asterion won't even talk to us?
Maybe there's another Asterion?
No.
More likely Pan's got me chasing my tail. This was pointless.
Well,
It
I don't
wasn't
think we're getting
pointless.
back inside. Do you have another plan?
Yeah, you talk to him some other way.
I don't know if my powers will even work on Hecate, but it's worth a shot.
Ooh, a musical number. Do you think this one could be, do you hear what I'm hearing?
There he is.
Oh, you still here? I had to run the entire... Oh, that's a long way, isn't it? I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to send you away, all right? I just couldn't tell you, not in front of Kate.
Not in front of Kate.
Why couldn't you... Wait. Are you saying what I think you're saying?
Oh, this is so
Oh
great.
no.
I love this.
I heard what
No.
you said about Calliope. I can help you. I really, really can. It has to be you. I am so in love with my dear sweet Kate. I just don't
course.
know how to tell her. Please help me tell her.
God.
Do you really call Hecate Kate? Off topic, I know, but I have to ask.
Sometimes she has to go into the mortal world for a short time and do things for Athena.
Uh-huh. And...
Well, she had to make up a magic disguise, you know, a new identity. And I thought she should give it a proper name.
And you suggested Kate?
Yeah, she really
Yeah.
liked it. She said, "Thank you, Asterion."
Let me get this straight. You're in love with Hecate. That Hecate.
Oh, mate, Kate is... She's just the best. Like, she knows everything, and she always smells so good.
You been smelling her?
Like, she's so nice to me, and she doesn't even have to be. Oh, we got stuck in the tower together because we can't live in the mortal world. I know I could make her happy. Well, I want to try. Oh, won't you help me?
So where are we if we're not in the mortal world? Is this actually the other world?
Are you really the Minotaur? Like, the monster who roamed a maze and ate people?
And is supposed to be dead?
Well, my father locked me up in a labyrinth, but I never ate anyone.
Oh. Well,
I knew he hadn't eaten anyone.
Except Theseus. But he was a bellend.
He ate Theseus. So it's the opposite way of the story. Who died to
Have
who?
you tried, I don't know, talking to her about how you feel? I take that as a no.
I don't have the words. I've tried. Every time I end up knocking over a table or killing a cat or talking about how sometimes meat has that grisly texture I don't like.
You killed a cat? Oh, no.
What?
It was a small cat. I panicked. I'm just not good at words, right? Really not good.
Yeah, really not
so
good.
You're in love with Hecate. What is it you think I can do?
A muse knows about poetry and the heart and how to make words beautiful. All I want is to ask her, but I need good words. You know, please say you'll help me.
I don't know. Doesn't this feel a little weird?
Which part?
Helping him woo her with my powers.
You heard what Pan said. You can't make anyone do anything they don't want to do. You can only make them say what's in their heart.
Yeah, that's the part I can't do.
Hecate might say no. You know that, right?
Well, she probably will. I mean, she's Kate. And I'm me. But just once, I'd like to be able to ask her, you know, to say it out loud instead of thinking it. I'll still help you, no matter what she says. I promise.
Good.
I do this and you'll help me in return, right?
Athena made Kate swear she's not allowed to say anything about what happens at the tower. But she never made me swear. Maybe she never thought anyone would ask. But I'll tell you, even if Kate doesn't like it, I'll tell you.
If I do this first.
If you help me, any trouble will be worth it.
I can't say I'm exactly sure what to do.
Can't you just, start the music?
Yeah, but to do what?
Oh, leave that to me. I am so excited about this, I can't even stand it.
Oh boy.
What exactly did you have in mind, Freddy?
Now I'm concerned.
I'll set up a vibe and you go for it.
Ooh.
I'm not great at words. I'm more of a dancer.
Just speak from the heart. Be honest. You can do it.
I mean, the dance would work too.
You cast a spell on me. Not literally, obviously. But I feel in summary, you and me are meant to be. 'Cause you put a hex on me. You didn't do it to me directly. I'm not blaming you specifically, just that metaphorically. Shit, can someone help me?
It's okay. Okay, what are some of the things you love about her?
Ooh. I like this setting that she's made.
Hecate, with you there's so much to love. Oh, I'm not saying you're fat.
I did not just say that. Tell her something she doesn't know about herself.
Oh, Katie, to me, you know you in rapture?
Ooh, good word.
Is your pallid skin, your lips are so thin, your love of books.
Asterion, I have but one thought. Why is it that you seem so distraught? Are you saying you're in love with me? You couldn't possibly. Really?
Oh, you're doing great. Give it another go.
Keep going. Oh.
Cast a spell on me. It's a feeling that's killing me. But let's say categorically, oh Katie,
Can't help but think it's best that you forget me. I feel so little joy. My want is to destroy. You will come to resent me. I'm truly fond of you. Yet now it appears that you love me. How can you be so sure? What is my allure? Tears are near certain.
I could never make you cry.
It's not my tears I fear. What if I lose you?
Couldn't. Oh, I feel so powerless.
You can't lose what you never had.
Let me be crystal clear. Do you believe this love of yours shall persevere? Despite all it won't face, it won't disappear. My virtues are few, and if we see this through, the pain that we share may be too severe.
Oh, of course she sings my song better than I do. Help me.
Stand back, there's nothing to see. Everyone move along, it's a car crash of a song. But you're wrong, make no apology. See, she hasn't disappeared. She is standing right here.
I know when I stand next to you, I don't feel like such a freak. I know you feel that way too. You're not like other gods. My love, what are the odds that we're here? Us outsiders should cheer that we found each other.
Why didn't you open with that?
Oh, was that good?
Mm-hmm.
I have always counted on you to speak to me honestly. You're at my beck and call. I've never thanked you at all, and yet you still love me. I let travelers know which way to go, but it bothers me. My own path I forego, always seemed apropos. Yet where has this led me?
Maybe one step across the line will weave its own spell in given time.
The thought with which I must contend is, can I love my best friend? Yes! Just decide. Asterion.
Kate?
It seems you've cast a spell on me.
You will not.
There we go.
This.
Not yet. It is written. You cast a spell on me to think I shall have my own story. You cast a spell on me, and we shall write it together. You cast a spell on me, a tale of romance and glory. You cast a spell on me, but do we have enough leather? You cast a spell on me.
I don't think I want to know what she meant when she asked that question.
Well, that was diverting. You felt this way the entire time, Asterion, and you said nothing?
I didn't think I was worthy. I mean, look at me. I'm only, half a man.
You have been a devoted friend over the long and lonely years, Asterion. I only wish I had realized sooner we could have been more. As for you, Grace, I thank you for arranging this diversion, however it came to pass.
Went better than I thought it would go.
I don't get it. Didn't you know this would happen? Wasn't it written?
Of course it was. It was also written that I would be unaware of Asterion's feelings until he spoke them to me.
But you knew that.
I follow the rules. It is written.
Oh, man.
I'm glad to see someone happy, finally.
That would be me.
I am also not displeased by this course of events.
Wow.
Not displeased, wow.
Living the
High
wild
praise.
life.
Come, Asterion, I wish to speak of this further, and find an appropriate outfit.
Yikes.
Hey, wait for me outside, yeah?
For how long?
How long are we supposed to wait? It's been over an hour.
I'm sure it's fine, Grace. I doubt the Minotaur would break his promise.
No, but he might just take forever.
Say, when I tell you.
Whew. You still here? I'm sorry. Kate had a lot to say.
Oh, I'll bet she did.
Yeah, well, Kate wants us to talk about our feelings more. And there, of course, was tea. Right, so I suppose you want to know how Calliope broke into the reliquary that night.
She
Broke
did
into?
what?
No, we didn't know anything about that. Do you mean the night she died?
Oh, well, I thought you already knew. Yeah, the night Calliope died, she broke in somehow. Thing is,
Maybe that's why
I
Pan
know
knew.
she didn't take anything or even touch anything. I just remember the alarms, and I chased after her.
How do you know Calliope didn't touch or take anything?
Kate knows everything in the reliquary, right down to the last book. She's been looking, but she can't figure if anything was touched. It makes her so mad not to know. And it made Athena pretty mad too.
The fact that they don't.
Athena got involved?
Oh.
Yeah, when Kate finally told her, Athena wants Kate to keep investigating, but it doesn't look
Now
good.
it's not looking good for Athena.
Athena knows what happened here the night Calliope died?
Yeah, Kate told her a day or so later, I think. We didn't know Calliope died that night, though.
What? Athena didn't mention it?
Nope. Not that that's weird. She's, well, she's not the chatty type, you know? She came in all quiet and cool, wanted to know who was here that night and what Calliope might have wanted. She swore Kate to silence. Not me, though. Guess she's not as smart as Kate.
You chased Calliope, but did you ever catch up with her?
No. If I'd have caught her, I'd have brought her back and Kate would have gotten answers out of her. All I know is that she was hurt, bleeding bad, but I don't know why.
She was bleeding
I wanted to help her,
before
but she
he
got away in
saw
the
her.
fog. Then I ran into Medusa.
Medusa?
Wait, what? Medusa? Here?
Yeah. Well, she's not normally here. I think maybe she was chasing after Calliope too.
That's also a bad sign.
How could Calliope have been wounded?
I don't know. Maybe Medusa did it. Probably not, though. You know, I never saw Medusa near the reliquary, just out in the fog, so she never even got that close.
So whatever happened to Calliope happened inside the reliquary.
I guess. But we don't have anything that would attack anyone. Especially not an idol.
So someone else. But they did it inside the reliquary.
If so, they vanished after.
What was Medusa doing here?
She was chasing after Calliope too, I think, but she wouldn't say why. I asked.
Seems pretty convenient. Her just out there suddenly.
She might have been working with
that part's
Calliope.
weird. I've never seen her near the reliquary before.
Couldn't Medusa have broken in like Calliope did?
Yeah, but I chased Calliope from the reliquary. If Medusa had been there, I would have seen her.
Did you say the reliquary has alarms? Like burglar alarms, cameras?
Oh, no, nothing like that. It just has a lot of protections. You know, magic.
I don't know magic, actually.
Oh, well, it's just meant to keep the dangerous stuff from being touched. It was set off, so something happened in the reliquary.
So somebody was after something
We just,
dangerous.
Don't know what exactly.
Which means it's even worse than we already
Those
thought.
alarms don't go off if someone breaks into the reliquary? They don't detect intruders?
Well, normally nobody does that.
Calliope did. Someone else could have.
Yeah, but the
Clearly.
alarms are just to protect all the books and relics. That's it. Whatever Calliope did here, it was enough to set off the alarms. That's all I know.
What relics are there? Maybe Calliope was looking for one but couldn't find it before...
Yeah, that I'm not supposed to say.
Do you have the golden fleece, the shield of Zeus, the sword of Damocles? Is it suspended?
You know a lot about that stuff for a mortal.
So it's all real?
I can neither confirm nor deny any of that. All I know is that nothing got used and nothing got taken.
This means Calliope
Are you sure,
came
though?
here the night she died. This is where she was attacked.
Somebody tampered with the
But
books.
we don't know by whom.
We know Medusa was here. She might even have been involved.
Well, she's super scary, but you know she works for Athena, right? I thought
Yeah, of
maybe that's
course
why
she
she was
does.
here, but Athena said she didn't know about it.
That does seem suspicious.
If that's all you need, then I have to go. Kate will be so mad if she finds me gone. Good luck, Muse.
You okay there, friendo?
I just can't help but feel like I'm missing something right in front of me.
How so?
Calliope came here for a reason. Why? Someone has to know because they knew she was here.
True.
And Athena knows what went down here. She can't honestly still think it was me, can she?
One thing at a time, Grace. You'll figure it out. I know you will.
Yeah, Athena has to be a
I
part of
guess
this
so.
somehow.
Next thing is to go back to Pan. Tell him his favor is done.
What an adventure.
Sorry?
You're just lucky, Grace. Luckier than you think. You go do what you have to, and I'll meet you back at the apartment, okay?
Okay.
Pan! I hope you're here, because I don't know where else to look for you.
Of course I'm here, Grace. Where else would I be but amongst the trees and the wild things? I really
Underworld.
must thank you, by the by. Asterion is simply over the moon, and he's already repaid me with this select tome from the reliquary.
What?
That's why you did all this? Because you wanted some book?
Not just some book, but a tome from the forbidden depths.
I doubt Hecate would be pleased.
Obviously not.
Most assuredly not. Neither would Athena, which makes it all the more delicious. I trust you got what you needed. More grist for the mill of your innocence, as it were.
You already knew I would, right?
Oh? Did I?
Come on, Pan. How stupid do you think I am? The place you sent me for this favor just happens to be where Calliope was attacked. You had to know I'd discover that. If you wanted me to know, why not just tell me? What's the angle? Tell me why I shouldn't be suspicious, Pan.
You have no reason to be suspicious. I know nothing of what happened to Calliope at the reliquary. I suppose the question at the heart of this is, do you believe me?
If he did it, why would he be giving us so much information?
You're enjoying this, aren't you? This tit for tat, back and forth.
I'll enjoy it if you're enjoying it.
Well, I'm not enjoying it.
Oh my, aren't you a delight? Even if you haven't answered the question, don't think I didn't notice.
It's almost
I
like
never
somebody
lied
else
to
we
you,
know.
Grace, and I never shall. If you're looking for innocence, however, well, I'm afraid that's one thing I cannot provide.
What if I discover you're lying to me after all?
You'll do what you do, and I'll do what I do, and we'll see where that takes us.
I hope it's somewhere good. Somewhere I'm not on trial.
Yeah.
Oh, my. You do know how to spoil the mood, don't you? If I can make a suggestion, live the high life. Throw caution to the wind.
That's your suggestion?
And why not? It's the same as when I first met you, Grace. You can enjoy being an idol. Simply follow my lead.
Ooh.
Why not?
See now, this is why I like you. Such a sense of the inappropriate.
Ooh. Powers?
ugly business, living among the gods. You'll always twist an arm, even if you're trying not to. And so I say, let's do it. The world, it needs that guy who is prepared to move the pieces in from every side.
He's doing what he thinks needs to be done.
The world's on the edge of a knife, so I choose partying. There's no need for strife. So dance, little Gracie, come, won't you dance? Only so much of your life's in your hands. Haven't I helped you? The rest is chance. So come on, let's have this dance. So what, the call was close. We're both alive and well. We'll live to fight another day, as far as I can tell. And even if you don't, and I expect you won't,
what?
I promise you'll be glad you spent the night with me. So dance, little Gracie, come, won't you dance? Only so much of your life's in your hands. Haven't I helped you? The rest is chance. So come on, let's have this dance.
Do you really think I'm so hopeless? Or is it you who's afraid to show me how
Don't be like that, Grace. We both know this is who I am. I can't change, so
Why not?
take it or leave it. I won't repeat it. I'm only here for the dance.
You don't have any hope for me, do you? You're just taking what you can get before it's over.
I've seen this story many times, Grace. I've told this story many times. And it always ends the same way. You're hoping to find Medusa, I expect.
Changing the subject.
He knows.
And how do you even know about that?
I'm just trying to be helpful, Grace. In my way. You'll find Medusa at a dingy little club appropriately named the Viper's Nest. Give her my regards. But do be careful if you call on her, Grace. Medusa is a hideous monster and should be treated as such.
Let's go talk to Persephone. We've been putting that off for a little while.
Oh, back already, are you? It's just as well. I've asked around, called in some favors, just enough to get an idea of what all the idols are currently up to. Much as I'm loath to admit it, I'm back to thinking Pan may be our prime suspect after all.
Why Pan? I thought you'd rejected him as a suspect.
I did. It doesn't seem like his style. Pan has always preferred scheming over direct confrontation. But the thing is, how did he know about you so quickly? What does he hope to gain by sticking his nose in?
A favor or two, I guess.
Half the idols owe him a favor or two. No, he's up to something else. Until I know what it is, I can't discount the possibility that he's involved in all this.
We can't discount anything at this
Let
point.
me offer an alternative to your Pan theory. What about Medusa?
So my sources are correct. You have been running around doing things on your own.
Yeah, maybe I should bring you up to date.
Medusa was at the reliquary that night. You don't intend to confront her directly, do you?
I'm not sure. Isn't she dangerous?
Even if she's not actually involved in Calliope's death, yes. Confronting Medusa should be your last resort. For now, I'd say looking into Pan's involvement is more important. I want to send you to a party, Grace. One Aphrodite is holding.
Ooh.
She and Eros know Pan perhaps better than anyone. If you go, it'll give you a chance to find out what he's really up to.
Why a party? Couldn't I just go wherever she lives and ask her?
You could, but if you go to this party, she'll be grateful. She holds it
Good
from
point.
time to time and always asked Calliope to attend, but Calliope never would.
Ooh, so
You
we're
can
doing
put
a
two and
favor.
two together. A grateful Aphrodite might be willing to tell you what Pan is really up to.
Getting her good graces.
Wouldn't it be better if I checked out Medusa instead?
So you somehow discovered where to find her?
I have my ways.
I won't stop you, but the party is a better place to start.
You know Aphrodite better than I do. Can't you talk to her?
She and I don't get along.
Imagine that.
Like how you and Apollo don't get along?
Even more intensely than that. I once said some things about her husband. They were true, but unwelcome.
Oof.
Suffice it to say, if I showed up at Aphrodite's party, revealing Pan's secrets would be the last thing on her mind.
I see.
One wild party with a goddess of love coming up.
It's less of a wild party and more of a somber affair.
You mean like a cocktail party?
Let me put it this way. Apollo will likely be there.
Gotcha. Expectations of fun downgraded considerably. I'll let you know what I find.
Interesting. See what Freddy thinks.
Hey, so what's the news, Miss Muse?
Miss Muse.
Well, does a muse have a proper form of address? I just want to hear what exciting adventures you've been having. Everything else okay, though? Do we know who the killer is yet?
Not just yet, no.
Okay, well, let me know if there's anything I can do. If I have to hustle to become your high priestess, well, so be it.
She's very high energy.
What are Kaz and Brian up to? You didn't tell them anything, did you?
No, I told them you came home, that you're okay, but that you're having a moment. They send their love.
Should we tell them, do you think?
What for? They have their own problems. Plus, Brian can't keep a secret to save his life, and Kaz is officially homeless.
Is he still crashing on Brian's couch?
Grace, you do know that Brian doesn't have a couch, right? Just some giant beanbag things?
Then where is Kaz Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Yeah, it's cute. They'll tell us when they're ready. But right now, it's best just to not mix them up in this.
I should really apologize about the band. This kind of puts a dent in your plans, doesn't it?
You're right, Grace. How dare you sabotage my dreams? I am so mad I could spit.
You know what I mean. Nobody could have seen this coming, sure, but it's always been something with me.
Well, as I see it, there are two ways this goes down. One, neither of us gets back to the band. It was just a thing we did for a while before I founded a cult in your name. Or two, we get back to it and the band now has the Muse as its lead singer. Edge of Elysium becomes the coolest and most appropriate band name ever.
Ugh, I still really hate that name.
Look, Grace, you can't be the source of all the drama and name the band, okay? That's the rule.
Exactly how much do you know about the Greek gods, Freddy?
I know my Greek mythology, but what I've read clearly doesn't line up with who they are today. Or who they ever were, maybe.
Still might be useful. There's gotta be some truth to those stories, right?
Some kernels.
Maybe. Who do you want to hear about?
Do you know anything about the Muses? Or Calliope in particular?
Yeah, for starters, there were supposed to be 9. Though I guess there are some sources that said there were only 4, maybe 3.
Apollo said there were 3.
Each of the muses had her specialty. Did you know that Calliope is supposed to be the muse of epic poetry? She inspired the Odyssey.
She got abducted in the Sandman comics for that purpose.
Yeah, it was said her singing voice was unmatched. So they got that part right, at least.
Did she also lead the ancient Greeks in giant choreographed dance numbers?
I'm sure she did.
No, but she once turned a bunch of snobby princesses into magpies, so there's that.
I didn't remember that.
What about Apollo?
Okay, so the prophecy stuff checks out. Apollo was god of the sun and light, but also kind of enlightenment in general. He's always talked about as this beautiful and cultured god involved with the arts and the muses, kind of a Renaissance man before the Renaissance.
He's clearly had a rough time since those days.
Definitely.
He was also a giant horn dog, Grace. I can list off like a dozen men and women Apollo has had as lovers, and there's probably more.
Weren't they all like that, though?
I mean, Apollo's no Zeus. He never assaulted anyone as a swan.
Yes.
And no, they aren't all like that. Our sun god had a reputation.
Tell me what you know about Persephone.
Honestly, she's the least like her stories. Usually, she's either a victim or just the wife of Hades, or both.
And that's it? She was kidnapped by Hades, end of story?
Practically.
Pretty much. Her mother was so angry, she created winter. But otherwise, Persephone was just your average sweet and virginal fertility goddess.
You're right, that doesn't sound like her at all.
Must be hard to be defined
she's
by
changed.
this one thing that happened to you thousands of years ago. I'd be pissed if everyone thought my story ended there.
Absolutely.
Well, she is pretty pissed. That much is true.
Pissed at everything.
What about Athena? Is she really supposed to be the goddess of wisdom?
Sure, but mostly that's meant as tactical knowledge. Athena wasn't all sweetness and light. She was a warrior goddess. She was also the goddess of heroes. There are loads of stories where Athena helps guys like Odysseus or Jason or Perseus.
No female heroes back in those days?
No, hardly.
Guess not. Women were the weaker sex, which maybe is why Athena was portrayed as being vindictive. She cursed Medusa, one of her own priestesses. She turned people into spiders, struck them blind, started the Trojan War. It's the whole thing.
Not being as wise as advertised is on brand for her, then. You said Pan was some kind of lust god, right?
Yeah, kind of. Pan's a god of the wild, and I guess that translates into sort of lustfulness and earthiness, humping nymphs in the forest sort of thing.
And you don't
The
like
wild
him.
and revelry.
Honestly, he's exactly what I'd expect him to be. All the stories say he's a lech and a beast. The Christians equated him with the devil.
He is acting
Weirdly,
like
he's
a
also the only
devil
god who's
type
supposed
of
to have died, though it's never
character.
really clear how or why. Anyhow, there's a great statue depicting Pan having sex with a goat.
What?
Next time you see him, you gotta ask him about it.
Taco, oh no, ah. I love that little cat. That's great. How you doing?
Just how many of these gods are there? From what I've heard, lots of idols live around here.
Well, there are tons of minor gods in Greek mythology, hundreds even, depending on how you define them. Oddly, there's never any mention of the word idols in relation to them. Maybe it's like how people worshipped idols?
I sort of assumed it was related to the eidolon.
Which is a Greek word, but I think it means ghost.
Yay.
An image of someone after
Yay
they
for
die.
Fridays, even if it's not
Makes
actually
sense.
Friday.
Me? I'm more amazed at all the big names missing. Not just Zeus and Hades, most of the Olympians seem to be gone. Makes you think about what's been lost. But also, what might still be out there.
This game is a lot more interesting than I thought it was going to be.
Well, there are all those gods the idols say wandered off. We don't know they're dead for sure, right? They could be living it up in Australia. Who would know? Then there are all the other mythologies, hundreds of cultures, each with their own pantheon. So what's so special about the Greeks? That only their gods are real, right? And all those other pantheons could be living in secrecy, just like the idols. And that means they're hidden from each other, too. Oh, they could be everywhere and no one would know.
Oh yeah, imagine.
It's like a whole other secret side to the world.
Yeah, if these idols are like kind of
Cool,
hiding,
right?
I wonder where all the other
I
ones
hope we get
went.
to meet Ganesha one day. Or maybe Lakshmi?
I'm loving how it talks about like the real mythology and then like this
I'm
mythology
giving you
being
the quick
different.
version. There are reams of textbooks out there covering all of this, but even they rarely agree with each other.
I've noticed that
Really?
too a lot.
Nothing definitive?
Myths are a lot
Ancient
harder
Greece
to
was
like pin
3,000
down
years ago, Grace.
than you would think.
Not much information survived all that time, if it was even valid to begin with.
You know what I find weird? That the idols have managed to remain completely secret all these years. Sure, they have
Persephone
magic and
in this
whatnot,
game
but
is
in
like the
all this
opposite of
time,
Persephone in
nobody's found them
Hades.
out? Athena is that good?
I kind of like it though.
Who says nobody has found them out? The way I see it, it's like UFOs.
Okay, I have to hear this.
Okay, so you could have real evidence that UFOs exist and that governments have covered it up and people still wouldn't believe it. Why? Because they'd get laughed at if they admitted it. Imagine the headline: Greek gods exist and are living among us. What website would even run that?
Yeah, who would buy it?
Weird conspiracy ones. Yeah, you're right.
That's actually a good lead.
Okay, that's enough questions for now.
We could see what all the weirdos have said and if any of them have kernels of truth.
Time for more mystery solving.
Have you ever seen this game before? It seemed like an interesting concept when it came out, but I didn't get it until it was free on Prime.
Fancy party? Check. Bunch of strangers? Check. Grace totally not dressed for the occasion? Check. Now, if only I knew what I was supposed to be doing here.
Grace? You're here.
Yeah, I'm invited, aren't I?
I'm just surprised you even knew it was happening.
Persephone said I should come to this. Whatever this is.
Persephone didn't tell you? Why am I not surprised?
Is it kind of a funeral type thing?
I came to see you, Apollo, and I don't recall you mentioning it. Persephone said it could help.
You don't have any of Calliope's memories, right? No deja vu, recollections that aren't your own?
Not so far.
No. Should I have?
Not right away. For a while, you won't remember anything. We call it the veil. In time, the veil will start to lift, slowly at first, but eventually you'll remember almost everything Calliope did.
Is that also why they want to kill her so quickly?
That's gotta be a lot of memories. She was, what, 1,000 years old?
More than that. Much more.
Then what happens to me in my piddly 20-something years? It can't be good.
Eventually, it's like a flood. It becomes difficult to separate what's you and what's them, and all who came before them.
You're saying I won't be me. I won't be Grace. Will I start calling myself Calliope?
Maybe. Eventually, most of us do, but most of us were chosen and prepared.
And I didn't choose this.
I understand. Take some time to let it sink in. If you like, we can talk about it later.
What does this have to do with the party?
Aphrodite hasn't been the same since we came to the New World. She has horrific memories of what she endured during the war.
What happened in the war?
Passing on her eidolon is a way to forget, for a while. That's what this party is for.
Is she passing it on again?
When you say she's gonna pass on her eidolon, you mean...
She's going to die, yes, and pass her soul on to a chosen successor.
That's brutal.
We're here to help, Grace. To make it easier for Aphrodite to do what she feels she must. We're here to say goodbye. At least for a while.
This isn't the first time Aphrodite's done this. She's held this kind of gathering before, right?
This is her fourth, I think, perhaps fifth.
So every time the veil, whatever you call it, when it starts to lift...
Aphrodite's memories return, and eventually it is too much. We gather to pay our respects and to honor the past.
Why is the ceiling so wavy?
She still remembers it.
Do you support what Aphrodite is doing here?
It's not my choice to make, Grace.
Yeah, but you must have an opinion.
Eventually you will remember what we experienced during the war, and eventually you will remember that what Aphrodite experienced was far worse. If this is the mercy she requires, I will not tell her she should not take it.
Wait. Persephone said Calliope always refused to come to these parties.
She refused on principle. Everything Calliope did was on principle. She believed Aphrodite was indulging her sadness, wallowing in it. She thought Aphrodite should try harder.
It does sound like she was wallowing in it.
Point of contention between them. Aphrodite will be grateful you're here. Trust me.
I don't know, Apollo. I don't like the whole idea.
You want her help, don't you?
Yes, but...
At least speak with Aphrodite before you make a final decision. She's not here just yet. Until she arrives, I suggest mingling.
Probably a good idea.
Mingling.
Who do we mingle with?
Talk to Eros. Or we can talk more if you like. Just try to relax, Grace.
Are they the only options?
Relax. That's what this party is for, right?
Yeah. They are the only options. Let's talk more to Apollo. I probably should have talked to Eros. He knows more about Aphrodite.
I know all these people, Grace. For as long as I can remember, I've known them. Yet sometimes I feel like I don't know any of them at all. Or they me.
I'm sure a lot of them feel that way.
You don't enjoy these family gatherings, do you?
Are they family gatherings? Like the sort mortals have?
You call each other sister and brother and mother.
Well, yes, but...
And you've been together like 100 times longer than I lived with my family. All you're missing is a drunk uncle everyone has to apologize for.
I doubt they're missing it.
That would be Pan. But yes, I feel very much out of place.
I wonder if Dionysus is still around.
That's kind of sad.
What is?
Spending an eternity among people you can't even stand to be with at a party.
Well, now I need another drink.
I should get back out there.
Grace.
Hey, Eros. Nice to...
Oh.
Oh.
Were you worried?
Okay.
Aphrodite will be so happy you're here. It means so much, you have no idea.
Are you okay? You seem a bit...
Emotional.
Every time she does this, I don't know how to handle it. I almost want to run upstairs and demand she stop. Remind her that this never works.
I would.
Sorry, I shouldn't unload on you. It's been a bad week.
I bet.
I have to be honest, Eros. I'm not a fan of what's supposed to happen here.
I know exactly what you mean. Every time, Aphrodite forgets. At least for a while. But I don't. I remember everything. I'm there for the nightmares, the panic attacks, the days she doesn't even remember the war's over. And now I'm arranging her gathering again, so she can die again. And I'll watch it all again.
Yeah, she's not facing anything, and she's forcing him to deal with all of it. That's awful.
Is it okay if I ask what happened? I don't mean to pry, but I'm new. I really don't know.
I know, but it happened to Aphrodite, not me. It's not my story to tell.
If I knew what she was dealing with, I might be able to help.
Could you? I suppose it wouldn't hurt. What happened is that brother Ares happened.
Ares.
He missed out on
Always
the first
Ares.
world-spanning war, you see. So he was damned if he'd miss out on the next one.
Seriously?
He found some jackbooted mortals, so full of themselves and their supremacy. And he told them about the idols.
He told them.
Then they came for us. Took us completely by surprise. Some they killed, but Aphrodite, her they captured.
God.
Yeah. Oh,
Aphrodite was captured, but she's here now. So she must have escaped.
Did somebody kill Ares, I hope?
Do you know the name Hephaestus?
Yeah.
Wasn't he a smith of some kind? Giant hammer, lived in a mountain?
Some of that is mortal fancy, but yes. He was Aphrodite's husband, and he adored her beyond reason. When he found out the mortals were torturing her, he went mad. He was determined to save her.
Is that how he died?
Wait, they tortured her?
Nothing extreme, I'm told. They were too frightened, but they were also determined to wring every last secret out of her. So, who knows how long that fear would have lasted. Thus, Hephaestus made a deal.
What?
With the, jackbooted guys.
No, with their enemies. That's what saved her.
Damn.
Then this deal is how Aphrodite survived.
It's how we all survived. It's what brought us to the new world. Hephaestus saved us all. We never saw him again. That was the deal. He would leave, make their precious weapons, and never look back.
Damn.
Aphrodite never even got to say goodbye. It's funny, because Aphrodite didn't even like Hephaestus when they were married. She seemed to resent every minute they were together.
Yeah.
But now he's all she can think about.
Is there no other way? Does Aphrodite really need to...
To die? I've asked that so many times. She's tried magic, drugs, psychotherapy, meditation, everything we could possibly think of. But for a while, she'll deny anything's wrong. It all seems fine, and I start to hope. Maybe this time will be different. Then the nightmares begin, and the memories return. More with each passing day until...
Yeah.
I hate it, but I see her agony. I can't deny her this.
You sound like you don't approve of what Aphrodite's doing.
What I want is for her to not hurt anymore. What I want is for this to end. She'll ask you to use your power as part of the celebration. Could you use it to inspire her?
That's what I'm hoping
I can't force anyone to do anything they don't want to, Eros.
That's not what I'm asking. I believe that deep down, she doesn't want to do this any longer. She must see it isn't working. She just needs the strength to try. Or I hope that's all she needs.
I'll try, if you think it'll do some good.
I don't know if it will. I just find it hard to believe it could get any worse.
Definitely not.
Famous last words.
Tell me about it. Do whatever you think is right, Grace. And thank you.
Let's talk to Apollo again.
Back again.
I spoke to Eros. He's pretty broken up over all this.
Oh, poor Eros. Each new successor, his hopes rise up once more. And then he watches the new Aphrodite crumble. Piece by piece. Only to start all over again.
It's messed up.
It's so different from the olden days. Once he was the eternal disaster, and Aphrodite kept constant vigil over him.
Maybe
how things change.
I think he's followed her into a dark void, and somewhere deep down believes he deserves no better.
I should get back out there.
Let's wait for Aphrodite. Welcome back, everybody. Just in time to see Aphrodite.
My family. Having you all here, gathered once again to see me off, it moves me. More than I can say. My loves,
My darlings, my dearest friends. And you. Oh, my dear sweet thing. I dare not hope that you, with all your troubles, might sing me to my sleep. Yet here you are. Yet here she is. Huh.
It's lovely to meet you, Aphrodite. Properly, this time.
Ah, yes. Poor Calliope. Such a loss to us all. I shall miss her dearly.
Will you?
To have come so far, only... No, it doesn't bear thinking about. It's too much.
Is this Grace, my lady? The new muse?
Oh! What manners I have. Grace, Grace. Meet the lovely mortal woman who shall tonight become the new me.
Hi, my name's Venus, and yes, it really is Venus. Nice to meet you, Grace.
That's good.
Yeah, hi. Nice to meet you. Hoping you know what's going on. Maybe we could get together and compare notes if you,
Survive my trial?
Yeah. Lady Aphrodite told me. I shouldn't have brought that up. I'm sorry.
There will be so much time for you lovelies to speak later. Now, we must prepare for my departure.
Are you sure we can't talk first? I really need your help, Aphrodite.
I know you do, my dear. I wish I could be there for you, but I'm afraid my time is up. But since you've shown such kindness in coming, I will ask Eros to make himself available to you afterwards.
Of course you will.
I know that he does not. He is my son, my truest friend, my longest love.
Won't he be a little distracted?
Eros has been through this before, Grace. He knows what must be done.
Yeah, I'm sure that makes it okay.
I was hoping I could talk you out of it, actually.
Probably shouldn't have said
Forgive
that.
my saying so, but you seem fine.
Yes, it might seem that way. Well, tell me, Grace, why should I let you try to talk me out of this,
You must know this isn't working. How many times have you done this? Has it gotten any better?
Better? I do not remember what better feels like.
Probably because you don't let yourself.
I remember virtue, heroism, even love. Huh. All of it eclipsed by the memories of pain. But tonight is not about becoming better. It's about respite from the pain and honoring the memory of what was. Go
And shoving that pain off onto somebody else who then becomes you.
Tell me when you're ready to begin.
That's awful. It's like generational trauma, but worse somehow. Let's talk to Venus first.
I want to apologize again, Grace. I really messed up. It looks like I'll be doing that a lot. Lady Aphrodite said I'm ready, but I don't know.
Having second thoughts? If so, now's probably the time to mention it.
I would never do that to Lady Aphrodite. I'm just nervous.
That's understandable.
If I can ask, what does it feel like after it happens? Do you feel different?
Different. No?
Not really. I still felt like
Not
me,
yet.
if that's what you're asking.
You didn't remember anything? About her? Who she was? She was just gone?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Isn't that the point of all this?
I just wanted to be sure. Sometimes it doesn't seem like it could be real.
How do you know Aphrodite exactly?
So I was working at this homeless shelter, right? A couple of years ago, and she came in with one of the older residents. And she was there in this, like, amazing dress. And she's sitting with this guy and really listening to him. Like, they were old friends or something.
Probably.
I just thought, what is someone like her doing in a place like this? So, I just went over and introduced myself.
That's it? Just like that?
Yeah. She came back to the shelter a few times, but by then, I guess she'd taken an interest in me instead.
Your name's really Venus, huh?
Everybody asks me that. Even the other idols.
Of course.
Maybe that's why Lady Aphrodite noticed me in the first place.
Shared a name.
She says it was fated to be. I say it's because my mama was a diehard hippie.
That sounds about right.
Are you really okay with all this? You know what's gonna happen, right?
I saw a lot of people in crisis at the shelter. I knew something was wrong with Lady Aphrodite.
Don't you know that this also won't
She's
help?
in so much pain, Grace. She won't let you see how much. Eros called me one night desperate. She wouldn't stop screaming. She didn't know where she was. She's a good person, Grace. A good soul. She deserves mercy.
But don't you feel this is wrong? I mean, you're ending your life. It's like some kind of murder-suicide pact.
I don't think of it like that. Lady Aphrodite is not committing suicide, and I'm not being murdered.
Aren't you? Your life is ending. It's being taken over, swallowed up by Aphrodite's grief.
I'm becoming part of something bigger. Something amazing. Or maybe you're right. It'll be terrible. And I'll end up in so much pain I'll regret it.
Clearly you will, considering it's happened every time.
Because Lady Aphrodite needs me. Maybe, just maybe, if I'm added into the mix of all the people she's been, maybe things will be different.
Have to admire the optimism there, I suppose.
Back again.
I don't think I'll have a chance to talk to Aphrodite. Not before, you know.
Not surprising. Surely Persephone must have realized that.
How? She's never been to one of these things. Anyway, I'm not sure what I'd do now.
You have two choices, Grace. Either you do as she asks and sing her to her rest.
At which point Venus won't have Aphrodite's memories yet.
Or you somehow convince her to remain with us and hope she's grateful.
Mm-hmm.
And doesn't regret it. Or get angry at me for ruining her party.
I think you sing her to the truth.
It's a risk either way.
Have you spoken with Venus? She seems really...
Nice, earnest, a genuinely good person.
Yeah.
Yeah, I suppose.
It's not an accident. Ever since the war, Aphrodite has sought out the kindest, the most innocent souls to be her successors.
Maybe hoping it'll help her.
She chooses them because she believes that over time, it might make her a better person. A more worthy person.
Wouldn't it be better if she chose people who were, I don't know, more resilient?
I suppose that depends on your definition of strength, Grace.
Good point.
I should get back out there.
Let's do it.
I have tried so hard, fought for so long, but in the end, I must bid you all farewell once again. But before I go, I would like us all to remember the sacrifices that brought us here, to this strange new world.
Poor Eros there.
This time, it is with the help of our lovely muse that we shall be guided.
Let's do this.
We let them rise. We let it happen. We waited far too long. We thought we shouldn't intervene. We were wrong. We were wrong. Since the beginning we were hidden. We held court from up above. 'Twas the golden age of reason. and I the queen of love. But a plague of hate was spreading, and there were vultures standing by. Before we fell to our knees begging, we fell from the sky. We let them rise, we let it happen. We waited far too long. We thought we shouldn't intervene. We were wrong, we were wrong. We sought shelter from the shadows, but were soon ripped from the dark. Those mortal souls that ended us were jealous from the start. They hunted me for power to fuel their psychopathic cause. And once they fell before me and worshipped all I was, they chased me down and threw me in a cage, held me prisoner for so long. I thought I'd win their hearts again. I was wrong, I was wrong. Oh, the power of the idols pounds within your chest. But for now I am in mourning for a love gone unexpressed. He was harder than the chisel. I was a horrid block of ice. A winter's chill that stayed until he made his sacrifice. The man that I ignored saved me when I fell. Yes, the husband I abhorred rescued me from hell. I thought it was a joke when it was said to me. He struck a deal with our enemy's enemy, made a secret weapon so my captors let me go.
You're telling me Hephaestus made the atom bomb?
He gave up his freedom, leaving just a memory. And this love I'll never know is what he gave to me.
I'm not sure if I made the right choice there.
I can't believe what I'm hearing today. If your story stops there, I've nothing to say. I can't imagine. I feel like a child who grew up too fast. The goddess of love can't get past the past.
Did the water start flowing the other direction?
What good is a flame
Interesting.
when everything's ash? I can't imagine.
There's no excuse but mortals can tell.
You know.
There's no sweet release, it's ongoing.
You know.
It's also deeper than I thought it was going to be, but I'm liking it still, so.
Can you imagine?
I can imagine.
This really happened. I can't forgive the river's too deep. Its reflection won't lie, so just let me sleep. I can't let go of what could have been.
Lost in a lost in a song, lost in a moment, lost in a song, lost in a moment.
Mother, I've stood by your side, now I no longer see the purpose of love when it tears at the center of me. My arrows are rusty, forget the bow, and I won't be begging you not to go. But when you're away, you leave us a broken home, and you leave me alone, lost in a moment, lost in a song.
This song is giving me chills over here.
Lost in a song, lost in a moment.
There's fire in you yet. Aphrodite returns, she'll never forget. Finally we'll be free, lost in a moment, lost in a song, lost in a moment, lost in a song, lost in a moment, lost in a moment, lost in a moment.
Did it work?
Mother, is it true? You've chosen to.
Live. I have chosen to live. I'm so sorry, Venus. I made you so many promises, dearest, and I won't be able to keep them.
My lady, all I ever wanted was for you to be happy. If this is your wish, I'll be with you at every step.
I as well. Always.
I hope none of us regret this choice in the days to come. But thank you.
It has to be better than doing the same thing over and over.
Absolutely.
Does it? It could also be far worse.
Don't talk like that, Mother. We can fight this.
I'm so very tired, my loves, but I will. I'll try. Now then, Grace. You needed my help. No doubt regarding Calliope's death. Have you any suspicions as to who might be responsible?
Nobody definite, no, but I've narrowed the list of who it could be.
Oh, how's that?
For one, it had to be someone who had access to the reliquary. Two, it had to be someone who could do it right under the noses of Hecate and the Minotaur.
Mm-hmm.
Medusa was there, but I'm not sure she got inside. And are either of those things true for her?
No.
Calliope came to see us that night. She was agitated, frightened even, but she wouldn't explain why.
She said she had a plan. It must have been the reliquary.
She was frightened, so she knew this was gonna happen. It wasn't a surprise.
Unless she was talking about something else.
That seems unlikely, love. If only we'd known she intended to go to the reliquary, of all places!
I thought she meant, you know, one of her usual plans.
Of
I'm
course.
afraid I can't offer much help, Grace. Few have access to the reliquary. I certainly do not, and I don't know who does. If Medusa was there, I'd ask her why and how. There are always motives lurking within her motives.
Come now, Mother. It's time you rested. It's been a long night.
I think it has something to do with this.
If I don't, I suppose you'll both gang up on me again. Very well.
If anything, now she has more people to help her than she did before. So, things should be better.
So, did they have anything helpful? Medusa. That's a rather dark name to unearth. Are you thinking of seeking her out?
I have to. How else will I find out what she knows?
You need to be careful, Grace. Medusa is not to be toyed with. Athena employs her as a spy master.
Spy master.
To do her bidding. A vicious hound at that. Athena's not likely to tell either of us where to find Medusa. I can't say for certain who would know.
Of course not.
Are you all right, Grace? You seem troubled.
What Aphrodite went through, it's a lot.
Yeah, that's the funny thing about the life of an immortal. It never ends.
Wow. Way to really sell it, Apollo.
It's a big upside and a big downside.
So, I have a question. I had an encounter with Pan before the gathering, and he spoke of you fondly. Am I correct in believing there's something there?
I doubt it. Last time we spoke, it didn't go well.
Not really.
It's none of my business, but no matter what I've said of Pan, his feelings run deep.
Oh.
Interesting.
Don't underestimate him, but also don't write him off. Not yet, anyhow. Give my regards to Persephone when you see her.
Apollo. Always so dramatic. And well done, by the way. You may be the very first person ever to talk sense into Aphrodite.
Why didn't you tell me what it was really all about?
The party? Or the veil lifting, and Calliope's memories eventually returning?
Yeah, either.
Mainly the party.
It's not something you can prepare for. I thought this was the best way. I remember the last time I passed on my Eidolon. 1952. I was married to, well, I'd say you'd call him a gangster. More of a thug. A mean, vicious little thug. Persephone saved me from him. Tore his head clean off. But not before he fired a shotgun into her chest.
Damn.
My chest? Whatever.
Why are you telling me this?
We all have our sordid history, our personal horrors, building up like sediment around our souls. You can't let it bury you, Grace. You are the only one who can keep your head afloat.
Okay, yeah. Good to know. Thanks.
At any rate, you've only one place left to look.
Good thing I know where Medusa is.
Well, that doesn't thrill me. Whatever you get up to, Grace, don't be stupid.
How is it that we know where she is? I guess she's the next one we have to talk to. I think this is a decent place to end, though. Apparently it's day 4. Yeah, let's end it there. That was fun, though. I might do that again. Alright, let me see who is streaming right now. Who should we raid? Let me go ahead and go to the ending screen. turn some music back on, even if only briefly. That'll work. All right. Trangman is on, almost certainly playing with Sharky. Lanavia is on. Melody's on. Quex is on. That looks pretty fun. Let's go see Trayman. Everyone go be nice. I don't have any specific raid message to send you with, so just, like I said, be nice, have fun, say good things.